I just look at all my exes like, bun you. It's not even like, nah, like bun you, yeah. I'm not. You people could actually say, you know what, he's not healed. But nah.
My guy said bun you, not even like you weren't my person.
Nah, like,
bun your life.
Bun you, innit?
His and her point of view. In this world where we grew, there's his and her point of view, his and her point of view. In this world where we grew, there's his and her point of view, his and her point of view.
Can we just talk about how you cooked for like everyone today?
Can you not say anything so you tried it?
No, like I can tell it's gonna be banging because all I'm hearing is Aladdin eating right now.
The whole entire thing.
If the camera was able to see, the food is finished. And you know it's nice when someone eats so close to their mouth. Like he is like this right now. He is like
no time for breathing.
He is like this. He don't want to drop a
So this
piece
one
of
here is a pescatarian. So and not just a pescatarian. I don't do things like, you know, things with faces like prawns. Or
I can't eat food that looks like it did when it was living.
Why?
What?
Yeah, I can't. So like for example, you see fish when it looks like a fish. I can't do that.
I don't like fishy fish.
Like with the head on, can you eat the fish with
But prawns, you don't. I'm not giving you shelled prawns.
No, but it
like
looks.
naked prawns.
It looks. No, I don't like the way it looks.
Prawn.
Yeah, that's how it looked when it was living, right?
That's true. But
yeah,
so, did the
so I
salmon,
don't. No,
kind of.
The salmon didn't look
Skin,
like.
didn't it?
Salmon didn't look. What does salmon actually look like?
I don't know. We'll Google it later, innit?
See. What does salmon? See, no one actually knows what salmon looks like.
I was watching the documentary. Apparently, that like some people like dye them or they do something to them to make them pinker, and that's like when they're not wild. Because apparently there's wild salmon, which
there's
is
wild
like,
caught salmon.
yeah, and that's like the natural environment, and then the other salmons are like in controlled environments. Shout out to Netflix.
That's like tuna as well, though, right?
Most fish.
If anyone's eating right now, we apologise because we could be putting people off their
I don't
food
think people. If you're into that, you're into that. Nothing puts you off. No, nothing can put me off chicken.
Nothing.
You can do just.
Could you see a chicken? Like, could you see a chicken be killed?
I have no desire to
eat the chicken.
I will refuse to, unless I have to. Then I won't see it. It's just why
But
I don't watch Saw. Like, why do I want to see people get anything gruesome? I don't want to see.
I used to when I used to eat meat, I would see roadkill and be like, I can't have a burger right now, and I know it doesn't relate. Like I'd see a fox dead on the street and be like,
oh, you live in London. That's all. You live in Croydon, mate. They're everywhere. They're running the streets. There you go. Yeah, what are you saying, boss man? You good?
I just couldn't. Like, I'm easily put off.
All right, no, I'm not squeamish like that. I can talk about anything during food. I'm easy.
No, but thank you. You cooked.
Yeah,
you cooked a lot as well.
I did plantain, broccoli, rice and peas, and brown stew salmon for you.
I'm excited.
Yes.
It was nice though, yeah? All right,
Don't
cool.
fall asleep now, yeah?
Cool.
We're filming.
That's why I'm waiting till later.
All right, so what do you want to get off your chest?
You know what? I want to get off my chest. Supermarket issues. So
Okay.
I was in Lidl, Aldi. I always forget which one.
Is it the one next to the gym? Lidl?
No, it was the one. Yeah, but it still would have been Lidl. Yes, I was in a Lidl, and they didn't have any carry bags left.
Huh?
So you see, you get they used to be 5p, now they're 30p.
Yeah, bumping.
Yeah, so they bumped you up already. There wasn't no like build up. It was like now they're 30p.
Yeah, surprise.
And I was like, oh, I need a bag. He was like, oh no, we've got no 30p bags left. But
you're in Lidl.
The only ones we've got are the ones that cost 80p.
Not a whole 80p.
So I had to spend 80p, but I was tense. So I was looking around on the different aisles to just make sure there wasn't a bag. No, because it's the point that
Can I say something?
I'm not going to use that bag again.
You're in Lidl.
What does that mean?
It's so ghetto fabulous, darling. You can go and collect one of those cardboard boxes and fill it up with things and no one businesses. People walk out with little crates. I'm like, what is wrong with this? I've never, only in Lidl does this happen. You walk in and they sell everything and nothing, and it's all remixed together. Nothing makes sense.
So you
None
just
of
pick
it
up
is
a
like
cardboard
world.
box?
I don't enter Lidl unless I have to because it confuses. Why is there garden gloves?
It's not
Why
TK
is there
Maxx.
garden gloves
It's not TK
and
Maxx.
beans?
She's doing it again.
Next to each
This
other.
is my chest. You're doing it again.
But sorry.
This is doing it again.
Can I just ask?
It's not TK Maxx.
Can I ask the audience? Tell me the first time you walked into Lidl, how mind boggled you were when you were like, wait, so there's children clothing and meat in the same aisle. Make it make sense. It's wild. Everything just like vomit.
No, but that's Aldi as well.
I've never been to an Aldi. I'm just a regular Don. Take me to an Asda or a Sainsbury's or boycott Tesco. And then, you know.
But they all got the same thing. They all got clothing. They've all got meat. They've all got...
They're sectioned.
Yeah, so is it in Lidl or Aldi.
Up and down, eye level, knee level, eye level.
Oh, you're telling me there's like pajamas and then chicken.
And then cookies.
You're telling me there's pajamas and chicken.
It does not make sense. Honestly, it's wild. And everyone's holding cardboard boxes filling. The aunties are real. Anyways, shout out to everyone that shops at Lidl.
I feel like you just got this off your chest.
It triggers something.
I feel like this was your chest moment.
I mean,
I don't think I've had one chest moment where I've just been allowed to land. I've not had that.
I think you have landed.
No.
You have landed. I've just bumped up your experience.
I don't know what I said. I don't know where I got to.
I refuse to
AEP
pay.
was too much. Why am I paying AEP?
But you know what's so funny?
Have you stolen bags?
Nah.
Yeah. Come on. Nah.
No.
So you go up there. So you go. Wait.
Me and Co-op have an understanding.
When you go up there.
Yes.
Every time you have a plastic bag, you're pressing or you're scanning.
I do it in Sainsbury's because the auntie don't play about. There's one lady who watches
they vex me the most. Like,
yeah.
Can I have a bag, please? Yeah, they bring you the bag and then they scan it. Yeah, why are they scanning it, please?
I'm like, how old am I?
I'm vexed that I'm like, all right. Oh, damn.
No, do you know what I do? I wind them up so I scan it at the end. So they're watching me load this bag. And they're just like, no, she's about to walk out with 30p worth of bags on my days.
Yeah, no.
And then I scan it at the end and they're like, okay, we can relax. Security, calm down.
I don't want to like dig myself a hole in case.
Yeah, you don't want to catch a case.
I don't want to catch a case. So yeah, I always pay for plastic bags. I pay for everyone's plastic bag. Plastic bags on me. Yeah, that's when I win the lottery. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna
everyone can have
everyone plastic bags on me, people. Like, I got you.
Do you know what I tried to do? I tried to put plastic bags in my boot of my car. I'm like, I got plenty. We all have hella plastic bags at home. Like you can build a whole house with plastic bags. But yet we fail to put them in our boot of the car. Like why don't we? I
don't fail to put them in the boot of my car. I fail to take them from the boot of my car into the shop. Yeah.
I'm walking out with my items like this, even if they're falling down. I'm not.
Oh, and then you're stacking it up.
I'm stubborn.
Yeah, no.
I'm doing it. I done business.
What's on your chest though?
Men who call women.
Oh wait, it's always men. It's always men. Hey, it's always men.
It's not. I swear to God. When you're ready for me to land. Actually, I had another one, but we'll save it for the next episode.
Hey, go on.
Men who call women princess. It's such a sleazy term. You're right, princess. What are you saying, princess? Oh.
Wait. Is this like on a
grooming
is this
vibes,
on a
R. Kelly vibes?
Is this on a level of I'm approaching you?
Yeah, or like, even like your girl.
Princess.
Yeah, that.
But what if it's your girl?
Nah, I'm your queen. Like, don't. Princess.
But could you call your man your prince?
Princess. No. He's my king. It just sounds weird. It just
it's like lower level, isn't it?
First, it's lower level. Secondly, it just sounds somewhat. Maybe I've heard it, but like you're right, princess. Like
yeah, I feel like if I had a daughter, I'd call my daughter princess. I wouldn't call my girl princess.
If I had a daughter, I'd call her young queen. Like I just find princess to something slightly sleazy and weird.
Nah, dad to daughter, I feel like that's acceptable.
Fine.
Yeah, princess. Yeah.
But I like the whole young queen vibe. It just adds more energy.
No, but that's two words then.
Young queen.
Yeah,
or
that's
you can break it down to YQ. Yeah, see, I'm learning.
IL. You're not learning. That's why it took you so long. I'm learning IL. 2 letters. Come on.
So anyways, madam, gentlemen, homies, the male species, please don't call women princesses. Especially
no, if they want to be called that, call them that.
Like it,
call them what they want to be called, but find out first. How about that? How about we don't go on here telling people what to call people in case people want to be called that?
On a first approach on road, just to minimize the chances of her going ill or going, which what I would do. Just refrain. I even do you know what I also hate?
About your highness.
I hate the word babes. Do you know a man calling a woman babes? Nah.
Write this, please. Because we're just gonna have a whole list.
You're right, babes. Right, babes.
No, but it doesn't come in that voice.
You always say babes.
It doesn't come in that voice. What about all right?
A woman calls another woman babes. You're right, babes. What are you saying? You're getting nails done, babes.
All right. What about baby girl?
That's cute. That's kind of old school R&B vibes.
Baby girl.
That's like B2K vibes.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, is baby girl allowed?
Baby girls are right, as long as it's like you're not looking at her in a sleazy manner, as you're saying.
So babes is not allowed. Baby girl is acceptable. I feel like baby girl, you have to say it in a way.
In a certain manner, and not everyone can say it. Not everyone can pull it off.
Yeah.
And like, no matter how deep your voice is, boobs just will never sound sexy, never sound nice, never sound attractive.
B
is alright. Yeah.
Yo, B.
That's fine.
B's alright. B.
Yeah. And stop referring to your baby mothers as baby mothers, the mother of children. But respect on the title.
The mother of my child.
Especially as baby father as well. Same thing. Runs both ways.
The father of my child.
Father of my child. Father of my child. Respect on the title.
FOMC.
Someone's been sitting in front of the mirror and doing this whole day, rehearsing for the main event.
I don't know what's going to come up. It just comes into my head. I have to say it.
So, do you know what?
You don't even question that.
I don't even question if
you
it's
don't
right
even
or
check.
wrong. I don't. I just run with it because I ain't got time. We're digressing at this point. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so that's it really. Just men.
So we can't say babes. We can't say princess. What was the other one?
Babes, princess. That's it really. And babe mother. Do you know like Common, The Light? Do you know the song The Light?
Don't disrespect me.
Do you know
that.
Common, The Light?
Yeah.
You know he goes, I never call you my own, or even my boo. There's so much more to the name. There's so much more to you.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep. It's deep. If I could throw this away, I would. It's so deep. Like your name is everything. Like your name is very personal to you, and that's cute. But you can call me Queen though. I'll take it.
You know what? An ex of mine called me King.
Yeah.
And then she got with the next guy.
Called him King.
And then I see you're calling him King. I just feel like
I mean,
but why? What? Everyone King?
You just left the throne, innit? Some next person.
No, but I just feel like it's just, I don't know, recycled, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, yo, this is my queen. Okay, like a couple months later, yo, this is my queen. Like, really?
That's your new queen, innit? Queen point two.
You know how long the queen was on her throne for? Queen lived to like what? However long.
She just lived on forever. Like she might be alive.
I feel like we've got, all right, you know what? I feel like certain names are okay, but let's take a while before we start using them.
Do you prefer someone to just call you Aaron?
Yeah.
And that's
then what?
Then babes.
Aaron. I hate saying my own name. Does anyone else have that?
No.
I don't like.
My name's not Hebz. My name's longer than that. That's just half my full African name.
But you like saying your name?
Hebetala, yeah.
See, I don't like saying Aaron.
Do you know what someone once said to me? Aaron's like the laziest name in the world. Like the parent just went for the first name in the alphabet.
How did we get here?
AA, Aaron.
How did we get here?
It's just like, I don't know what to call him. Let me just open a book. Do you know what? Let's just settle for this. Quit things.
Wait, how did we get here?
So what do you want to have for dinner?
How did
Shout out to Mumsy. I'm sure there's more depth to it.
How did we get... Basically just cussing my mum on camera.
I did not cuss her. That's so deep. Don't say that. I did not.
Mum, you basically said your mum.
No.
That's what you was like your mum, innit? You was like your mum.
I did not do that.
But,
never that.
Mum.
Never that.
I'm happy with my name.
I love the name Aaron. In Arabic, it's Haroon. But that's a whole different conversation.
Did you? Yeah, we could go off. I was just about to go into names.
Please? Thank you. Okay.
Can I read the dilemma? I can,
please.
because I have one.
Yeah. Let's go.
I can read it. Just gotta get the order right. You ready? I need you to respond to that.
I'm born ready. Go on, babes.
Right. Dilemma 1. Yeah. Right. So I recently broke up with the father of my child due to his emotional abuse. The issue is that despite everything, I miss him, or even the idea of us. I feel like I'm trying to get over the fact we don't have a future together. For example, getting married and so on and so forth. I don't know how much. I'm all over the place with this dilemma.
Do you want to pull up and start again?
I'm starting again. Right. I recently broke up with the father of my child due to his emotional abuse. The issue is that despite everything, I miss him and the idea of us. I feel like I'm trying to get over the fact that we don't have a future together. I don't know how I'm supposed to heal and get over him while now co-parenting. I'm really struggling to cope. Every time he says, I love you to my daughter, it breaks my heart, as he will never say that to me. That's an emotional line.
That's deep, you know?
I want to stop loving him, but I'm finding it so hard. I need your guidance.
That's hard. That's really hard because, like, naturally, like, you feel that way. Do you know what I mean? When anything ends, there's knowing that that situation's done, whether it was a healthy situation or not, you kind of have that toxic connection in a weird way. So, like, I understand why she would miss what she had before and, like, all the plans that she anticipated. But what is it based on besides the fact that it's just better the devil you know and a familiar space, even if it's very unserving to you? Do you know what I mean?
But you see, when I see, like, okay, emotional abuse, so I'm like, all right, that's probably a period of time, right? So the version of him that you love is what? Because I've been in situations sometimes where I meet a woman and the first couple of months is fire. Yeah. A couple of years down the line, I'm still there because I'm hoping we get back to those first couple of months.
Yeah. You're still holding on to the throwback.
To that. Yeah. And that's what you remember. You're like, oh 100%. No, but things were so good and that's what I miss.
Like, at the end of the day, like, when you're in any abusive relationship, whether it's financial, physical, emotional, like, or just plain disrespect, whether you want to label it as, like, domestic violence or whatever, a lot of people will feel that way because you start, like you said, you cling on to the idea of those happy moments.
It's the idea of the person, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the idea of what you anticipate in your head that the one day they'll become, and also the idea or just the memories of that you had. And then when you weigh out the memories versus the disrespect, if they don't even remotely, like, if the positivity doesn't outweigh the negativity, then what are we doing here? And that's what happened to me. Like, towards the end of my relationship, in my previous marriage, I was holding on to those good moments. I'm like, yeah, but there were good moments, but then when it's predominantly negative, predominantly hostile, predominantly disrespectful, why am I still here? And I think a lot of people who are in those situations tend to still cling on to those situations because it's all they know. It's almost like, you know how mean they are, but I've tolerated this meanness. I've tolerated the disrespect for so long. I know them. So it's like, I'm not ready to let go of that attachment. And it's just like, but even though you know you deserve better.
When you bring in a child, in your situation, if you look at the father of your child and you're like, he's actually an amazing dad, does that make the breakup or the feeling worse?
Yeah, 100%. Because when, like, again, my own personal experience, when it came to ending the relationship, the biggest guilt for me was separating dad and son. Because I've now, by me choosing to walk away from a relationship, I've chosen to then automatically split their time because you can't live in the same house with me because we're obviously in an unhealthy situation and we need to move on. So I felt so guilty that I was separating them. The fact they can't do bath time together every night, the fact they can't do certain things together every day, part of the routine.
So you took the blame for that?
I felt guilty despite them misbehaving and despite them, you know, being pulled up for their behavior repeatedly. And them choosing not to change despite everything, there's still the element of guilt because you're the one who pulled the plug. Even if they pulled it time ago,
even if it was
disrespecting
their actions that led to it.
Yeah. As a mum, initially, there's a hella guilt. Like, crazy amount of guilt. It's just like, I can't leave the relationship. I can't do this. And so when you finally do it, you can't help but feel bad because then your child's then asking for dad. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to answer to another person as well, which is your child. But I think doing it for your child is more reason to. So staying focused on the child and setting those boundaries of, like, I miss you, I miss us, or what I think was healthy, or what I thought was normal, but I need to now focus on this child to prevent me from being sucked in to the emotional part. Okay.
How are you when it comes to actually, like, when you've had breakups, do you feel like you handle it well? Do you feel like women in general handle breakups better than men?
It just depends who's pulling the plug. Because if a woman, generally speaking, if it's a long-term relationship and the woman is unhappy, she'll hang around for longer than she needs to in hope that things will change. So sometimes we've tapped out emotionally and we've not yet left yet. We're just hoping that one day they'll wake up and appreciate us. One day they'll realize who we are and they'll stop being disrespectful. They'll stop with whatever and then just hold us down. So when we end it, in those scenarios, we're actually okay because it's actually the other person that gets thrown off because they didn't ever think we'll leave.
Because you
it.
leaving was like build up. So the time you get there, you're so...
I'm over it. I'm completely over the situation.
You're numb.
Yeah, and I'm exhausted. I'm mentally drained. I'm emotionally drained. I don't have time. Like, I don't have the capacity to do anymore. So whatever you got to say to me, whatever you got to do, it's just going to add to it. But I've tapped out. As far as investing in you, in as far as like trusting and believing in you, I'm done. Like, that part's over. But we're here now.
They say the percentage rate of like women who end relationships or seek divorce is higher than men.
Yeah.
But I think that is... I don't know too many men that have ended relationships.
No. But do you think, and I could be wrong, but I think some men are oblivious to how really unhappy a woman is. Like, the amount of people that I know who've done therapy and they fill out a form of like how unhappy you are or how happy you are, like 1 to 10. In the beginning, they do like a sense check. And a lot of the time, the men are like, we're all right. We're okay. And my girl is so unhappy. There's something disconnected.
Is that a lack of... is that awareness or not listening or
maybe being dismissive, like just not thinking it's that deep? Like, yeah, she cries all the time, whatever, she's jarring, she's annoying, but like you're not listening to her. Like, she's telling you, I'm exhausted, I'm done, like I'm crying all the time, you're disrespecting me, you think it's normal. Like, so I think there's a disconnect somewhere along the line where men get too complacent.
I think from a man's point of view, I definitely think we won't leave a relationship because we'll find some reason to stay. Like, oh, the sex is good, or oh, you know what, she's cool, she's a good mum, or it's comfortable here. If I can hold on to it, I'm gonna hold on to it, even if it's not really bringing value or I'm not being the best version of myself here. If I can, why not?
Yeah.
Whereas women have to see at some point, it's like, what is this adding to me? What is this? Is this relationship taken from me or is it adding to me? And I'm assuming at some point you realize it's taken too much.
From both of us, 100%. But you said something right. But then at some point, some people are in a relationship where they don't have sex and they don't have conversation. They're just coexisting together. And
that's done.
But then they still say, because, you know, we have a mortgage together, we have a child together, it's just long to move on. Who's going to have to move where? Like, are they having a conversation and confronting the family? There's so many different, like, variables to why people choose to stay together. But at the end of the day, when a woman sits there thinking, oh yeah, what does he bring to me? It's not like a entitled mentality. Like, because the way you said it was like, oh, what does it do for me? But I think it has to be both ways. Like I have to serve you and you serve me. And if we're both bringing out the worst of each other, then someone's got to pull the plug. Yeah. Even if you're complacent, like someone's got to pull the plug. And unfortunately, it tends to be women, because women are the ones who are like, I can't deal with this, because we're very emotional compared to you. I mean, obviously not all women are the same, but some of us, like, we're so emotionally attached and very emotionally driven. So when we're unhappy, we're very unhappy. And when we're happy, like, the way our energy vibrates to you is mad. Like, do you know when they say happy wife, happy life, right? Yeah. That's
dismissive of the man, though.
No. But what I mean is, it's when you give a woman like a little bit, she gives you so much more. Like, there's like a natural thing. Like, if you buy her one like chewing gum, something that she wanted, she's like, oh my god, he paid attention, and then the whole day she's running some next energy with you. So it's like, it's so easy to like just look after your person, but a woman by default is always trying to look after her man. Obviously, so there are some women who aren't like that, but a lot of the time women are the ones who are giving up and going the extra mile for a man, where a man is like, well, this is who I am, I don't buy flowers, I don't do this, I don't need to do it.
She's mentioned here about the future, right? So she anticipated marriage and all of that. You've been married before.
Twice.
Yeah. So like visioning, okay, I thought we was on a journey to get married and we don't, right? Is probably hard. But then being married to someone and realizing it's not working, how was that process like?
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because you feel like you failed. Like, I felt like I failed as a woman. So even though I did everything trying to hold it down, like tried to do marriage counselling, family intervention, the works, like the things that I think traditionally we should do, like redating each other, having honest conversations about everything, right? But when you realise that actually this person will never be your forever person, whether you were married or about to get married or got married or whatever, it's heartbreaking because you've invested so much energy and you sincerely believe that, even though there was a red flag in the back of your brain telling you, girl, run away, you held tight just in case. So it's very disappointing, and you feel like you couldn't do it. Like, you feel like as a woman you failed to just accomplish the basic, which is to hold a man down, or to make a man appreciate you, or to wake up. So it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot. So I understand why it's heartbreaking for her, because when we're thinking about our future, we're thinking about, like, we're fully invested in you. Do you know what I mean? So it sounds like he ended it, because
it sounds like I recently broke up with the father of my child. So I'm taking that she
there we go.
has broken up with him because of the emotional abuse. She's saying she doesn't know how to heal while co-parenting. And I've always said that's the most difficult thing, because breaking up with someone, I always say you can block, delete, move on. Yeah. But when there's a child involved, you can't. No. You have to now navigate how you're feeling while still trying to create a space for your child to grow in, which is mad difficult. But this is one of the reasons why I feel like I'm worried to get into relationships, because I've been in so many relationships where I genuinely feel like I've given so much and I thought there was a future. And then you realise, right, 4 years have passed and I got nothing out of it. It's like investing in, I don't know, Apple. You put a load of money into Apple, the stock Apple, and then they go bust. And you're like, I've just lost all that money. I've got to start again. Like, no, I don't want to risk it.
But you know what it is? You just got to take your chances. Like, it's about being smart with it, being very...
But you can't.
But you can.
You can't.
But you can.
I don't think you ever know.
No, you don't know. But I'm saying
that's what I mean.
You have to take the risk. So you can't say, I'm too scared to be in another... Like, be reluctant, be hesitant, work on yourself. Like, between relationships, you can't jump from one to the other, because you've not figured out what's going wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, you need to really
But do you have to figure out what's going wrong if it's not you?
Yeah, because you need to know what energy you're attracting. You got to be able to identify from the beginning, what is it that I'm really not willing to compromise on, and what are important to me. And therefore, I need to know that if I spot this level of disrespect from the beginning, or if I spot that energy from them from the beginning, I know that they're not for me. I know that I can see where this could potentially go. So it's like taking a risk, because you don't know where it's going to go. Like, even me trying to get married and do whatever, I took a risk with everything. But it's just like, sometimes you just got to do as much risk assessing as you can, and the rest is purely just jumping in and diving and hoping for the best. But when you understand who you are, like, if she spends time healing right now, if she spends time figuring out who she is and what she truly wants in a man, then she knows exactly when she's ready to move on, who she'll attract, and she also needs to become that person, so she's drawing that energy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then in regards to, like, loving this person, and
when does that stop?
Loving the person?
Yeah, like, for you, when did you feel I no longer love my husband?
I'm not really gonna answer this really well, because I don't think if I look at it, I don't think I was sincerely in love with him. I think I was in lust with him. I think I was very young. I felt like I was so invested that it was too late to pull out. Does that make sense? I felt like I was so into it that I wanted to see it through, and I kind of, like, just wanted to be that woman who can change that man.
Have you said I love you to every partner?
I've only had 2 serious partners, almost 2 husbands.
Okay.
Husband now and husband before.
So your first husband, was that the first time you felt in love, or said...
I don't know why we're making this about me. I'm not gonna lie. It's therapy things. Like, not happening today.
No, because I
don't throw around the L word. I do the whole I really like you. I really appreciate you.
Spudding them.
Come give me a hug, Max. What?
No, because I'll be honest. I've said I love you to a lot of previous partners. Yeah.
So you're the same way you call everyone's calling someone king. You're out here throwing out the L word.
No, as in like ones I've been in relationship. I'm not talking about like we've been together for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Why like for? Fine, it's been 15 days.
No, but upon reflection, after every partner, every failed relationship, my view on love changed.
It's growth.
So how I view love now, I look at it like, no, I've never loved anyone the way in which I now view love.
I think that's what it is.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that's what it is. So when I look at what I thought love was, like I met my first husband when I was 19, and we ended things when I was 29.
Yeah.
So like
Decade.
almost 30. So for me, that understanding of love was completely like oppressed and limited based on what I was exposed to. And then when I left it and I started learning more about myself and my own self-worth and understanding the values of my faith and everything around me, like I was just like, wait, this was never love. And it's like none of this is love. Like everything that we did between each other didn't even like reflect an image of love that I would be proud of.
Yeah.
So for me, the reason why I say I don't think I ever really loved him is because upon reflection, that really wasn't love. Like it was a lot of things and life experiences.
Yeah.
But it definitely was more of a detriment to me and probably to him as well, because we were non-starters at some point in a relationship. Were just coasting and just getting worse and worse and worse. But we still stayed together because, similar to her, it's like that attachment. When you're attached to someone, walking away is not easy. Walking away is definitely the hardest thing to do, especially if you have a child or children. It's just like, it's a foreign space. When you've been with someone for so long, the concept of leaving can even like give you a high level of anxiety that you become paralyzed. It's so deep.
But this is why if you have those thoughts of leaving at an early stage, really tap into them, because what often happens is there's always going to be additional reasons now as to why you can't leave or shouldn't leave. And that could be, oh, he's proposed to me. Oh, we're married.
I've met his family.
Yeah, that list will just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And when the child comes, that's probably the most difficult reason to leave someone.
No, I agree. And I think it's nice that she had an idea of what she wanted and she anticipated marriage with this person. But I can genuinely say, like, whatever she's feeling right now, she won't feel it in a few months from now. Like, things, you continuously evolve. Whether it's you're hurting and then that turns to healing and then hurting and healing. But what I mean is, if you think about, okay, Aaron, take a moment, right?
No, the reason why I tutted is because, like, I just look at all my exes, like, bun you. Like, bun you. It's not even like, nah, like, bun you, yeah? I'm not, people could actually say, you know what, he's not healed. But, nah.
My guy said bun you, not even like, you weren't my person.
Nah, like,
bun your life.
Bun you, innit? Like, my buddy, yeah. Mothers of my children, nothing but love, but
everyone else,
outside of that, like, no, bun you. Because I know what I gave to them. I know what I gave to those relationships.
But what can I say is, when I say, like,
bun you, innit? There we go.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is, I want you to picture a time where you felt like everything was really final, like where you felt quite overwhelmed, like where you felt like, I actually can't picture my life moving forward, like without this person or without a situation, whether you lost a job that was so big to you or you ended a relationship that you thought that this was your person.
Every relationship that ends, I feel like, damn, but what am I doing?
But that's what I'm saying. So my point is, you look back now and say, bun you people.
Yeah, bun you.
She will one day look back and be like, I can't believe I actually really cared about this man. Like, this feeling that she's feeling isn't final. This feeling that she's feeling will continuously drift away.
About my ex.
Drift
then.
away.
No, she's gonna refer to me like, no.
Dilemmas.
Yeah. No, you took me into a place. You took me into a place.
But my point is, whatever this lady's feeling right now isn't final. She will move on. She will be happier. She will be able to stand on her own 2 feet. She will, like, look at this person and scratch her head and be like, rah, I really thought you were my king. Ew. And it's so interesting how much growth can do that, and it's no disrespect to that person.
But can he grow to the point where she's ended it, emotional abuse? Do you feel that that man can improve enough to win someone back?
I think it's very difficult. I think if the abuse was so ongoing and it's affected her self-esteem, her self-worth, like to the point where my girl's hung around for a minute, once you've left, that's a massive step for a woman. Like, I can only speak as a woman, right?
You've escaped.
For you to leave and to have to face everyone with that conversation, to go back, you'd have to really, really, really have a soft spot, and you'll be going back and forth forever. Because the realities are, once you're gone, you start realizing, oh snap, I can do this by myself. I'm actually okay.
Yeah.
I survived one night without him, 2 nights, 2 months, 3 months. So when he comes correct, it's like at this point, you might not even think this person is even remotely suited to you, because you've established there's more to you than what he was giving you. And there's more to you that was oppressed in his presence. So when he does come correct, there's so much negativity that's between them in the past that it's so hard to just ignore it. Like if you've been so disrespected by your partner.
Oh, no, facts. Because that's how, when I'm thinking of a specific relationship, I was in it, and I was like, but I need this person. And then now I look back on it and I'm like, nah, you done that to me. That was, and I was willing to stay. Why was I'm more vexed at myself. Why was I willing to stay?
You lowered your standard because there's something in you that didn't rate you enough to want to.
Yeah. I felt I needed that person. Yeah.
That's a toxic attachment, right? So I think there's something amazing how.
You.
You finished?
Yeah, it's gonna come out now and again.
I really don't know what to do with you. Like, I just think sometimes you just need to be put on timeout. Like, I can just talk to the camera myself.
No, because you know what? It's triggering, because I think it's being my age as well. Yeah, I'm not getting any younger, but just but knowing that, I guess, you know, the most difficult thing is when that person truly doesn't see what they've done.
Oh yeah.
And they wait a minute, you still don't realize what you did to me. Are you mad? And then I'm more vexed about that. Like, you're actually out here thinking you was innocent.
Yeah, I think I've had to make peace with that, and I think that's what something she might have to make peace with, which is that guy might never ever realize that he was that emotionally abusive. He might just think it's not that deep. So I think it's what I had to do was accept that this person will never hold accountability. They'll never own up and go, do you know what, I did do you dirty, or I did disrespect you, or I felt like I should have served you better.
Yeah.
Because to wait for that closure, or to wait for that apology, you'll be waiting forever for some people. Because some people, they're in an environment where they're enabled all the time. No one pulls them up. No one holds them accountable.
Yeah.
And if you're the only person who's holding them accountable, then you're the deluded
You're
one.
the ops.
That's it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if anything, they'll be more resistant to the idea of reflecting, and it's just not in their nature to reflect. I mean, I pray to God everyone has a moment to reflect and to grow, because everyone deserves growth. Even the worst person on this earth deserves growth, because we're on this earth once. Like, make it worth its while.
Yeah.
But for her personally, like, his growth isn't her business. What her business is his relationship with his child. And her having boundaries in place. So like what I said last time before on another podcast, I said, if you feel overwhelmed because they're being emotionally abused, because that emotional abuse doesn't stop. Once you leave a relationship and you have a child, that
could turn into a whole heap of different
continues. You're now being made to feel like you're this kind of mum. You're made to feel like you're the one that's depriving them of the relationship. You're going to get guilt messages, calls,
maybe might want to control you financially,
everything,
like all aspects. So
what you need to do is either formalize things so you have minimal contact, like emotionally you're not getting involved with this person whatsoever. Find a third party to navigate through if you have to. But what I'll say is, whatever you want to say to this person, send a text message to yourself, do a Dear Diary entry, and that long ass text message you want to send to him, cussing his whole life out and his mum and his sister, send it to yourself and sleep on it, because in the morning you're going to be like, I'm so glad I did not send that.
I did that the other day.
It's not worth the energy.
It wasn't that to like a toxic
Well, you actually sent someone an essay, or you sent it to
No, I wrote out something that I was going to send to someone, and then I was like, I don't need to send it.
And you know what? Sometimes just writing it out is a relief within itself, because you've released something that's pent up inside you. But imagine if you hit send, then that person's now bouncing off that energy. Then you're going, oh, swear down, I got time for this. 3 hours later, we're still having this conversation.
Write it in your notes. Don't write it in the WhatsApp chat.
Entries. If you don't, I literally have a WhatsApp version of me. Like, I did myself. I don't know how I did it. I don't know if it's a thing or if everyone has it, but I feel privileged. So I messaged myself.
Okay.
And I've written essays where I'm just like,
you could just email yourself as well, though.
Okay, and not everyone's sitting on their desk going,
I'm a typer. You know what? I'm sitting in front of my laptop. I email. You know what? Because
like,
my thoughts.
I'm gonna email you now.
My thoughts are just better. I can sit at the laptop. Let me go. But let me before this becomes about me again. Yeah. Let me.
Fine. 1 minute.
Go ahead. she's mentioned here, one of the things she finds difficult is him saying I love you to the daughter.
Yeah, that's
which shows me that they're probably still around each other or in a certain space where she's able to witness that.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong in a man coming to the house to take your child away.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to witness any of that. Say your goodbyes at the door and then the child can come in depending on how old the child is. That is understanding your trigger and then saying, you know what, I'm going to maneuver this way in order to avoid being triggered in that way.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're just putting yourself in situations that you know are hurting you.
I think we have to also put ourselves in uncomfortable situations. I think there's nothing wrong with
It's not needed.
No, it is needed, because why should your child be like, oh yeah, mum's in the other room, mum's not going to come out. Okay, dad's like, what if a child's very young?
I'm not saying no. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying it's a forever thing. But I'm saying for now, it may be that's actually really impacting you negatively. So you know what? Try this. Maybe
give it a go. Yeah.
Maybe it's not saying that your daughter. I don't know how old your daughter is, but your daughter could be 8. Yeah, and you know what? You're actually taking your daughter, or you're doing the most for some whatever reason. Sometimes just take a step back and say, you know what? I'm never going to stop this relationship from happening.
That's it.
But I don't need to be so involved because it's hurting me right now. Yeah,
I think you're right, actually, to be fair, because like she does need to separate herself from the situation. If she's that in love with this guy and she's that connected to him still, and I guarantee upon reflection she'll be like, I can't believe I actually was this weak for this man. But while she's still going through that stage where she's yearning for him and yearning for the concept of their relationship, she should find ways to disconnect. But I think it's inevitable she'll come across like a conversation on the phone and he goes, love you.
Yeah.
Love you, princess.
Yeah. Princess, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she has to accept, like, you know, that's not her situation. But also, like, sis, you will find love again. You will be happy again. And you will get the love and marriage and everything that you hope for, but with the right person.
If you desire it.
If you desire it, but you have to also work on yourself to be ready. Because the amount of women who jump into different relationships and they bring that trauma in and they bring that insecurity in, and men do it as well. And then it's like from the beginning, that man is an op to you. You're waiting for him to slip up. You're waiting for him to give you an insecurity or another like it's not
I've
fair.
painted I've been in situations and where it's happened to me, and I've probably done it to other people, where someone does something to me once, but I've acted to them like they've done it to me 10 times.
Yeah.
Because I've had it done to me so many times in the past. You're now doing it to me for the 10th time, but you don't know. I haven't even expressed to you this is a trigger for me.
Well, that's the problem. So they're not mind readers. So it's so important to work on you, and that's the part you have to figure out, is like, what is really triggering to you, what is really upsetting to you, what is it you didn't like, and also realizing the next person isn't going to be your victim. Like, it's not fair for them to have like this threshold of like, oh, I know she was hurt before, oh, I know she was this before, I know she, and you have to walk on eggshells all the time. Maybe just work on bettering yourself so that when you do go into this next relationship, you can have slip up moments.
But you're not comparing.
And you're not triggered off easy where you're like, I'm gone, goodbye. Or like automatically you think it's with this intent and therefore you must bad them up, or you must now argue with them.
Yeah. You're coming with a cold heart.
That's not even, and you don't even realize you have a cold heart. You're I want to be loved. I deserve love. And it's true. We all deserve love and we all want to be loved. We want to be appreciated. But sometimes we don't know how to receive it. And therefore, the minute someone does something, you're waiting for someone to slip up.
No, this is why I'm probably going to be single. No, facts that I've realized. Yeah,
don't tell your exes like bun their life.
No, bun them all in it.
No, but I'm afraid to enter relationships
because I feel my tolerance level is like, it's so easy to be touched.
Then you need to be healed. You need to heal.
No, but healing is not a final destination.
It's not a final. It's forever going.
So I feel like I'm on the journey. I'm on the bus. I'm on the healing bus, the 159.
But if there's a lot of traffic and the bus lane's closed, it's going to take a long time. My point is, you need to figure out what it is specifically that's upsetting you the most and what things trigger you the most. And genuinely...
Lack of accountability. Lack of self-awareness and lack of accountability in females. And I'm not just saying all female. I'm saying females that... Even them that are unable to be held accountable.
There's a lot of issues with accountability.
And that is because my dad never held himself accountable. I connect that.
Yeah.
To this day, he wasn't able to say, you know what, it was me. Yeah. So when I guess that's a trigger for me and other people, where you can't see what you've done.
Yeah. I appreciate that because it stems from somewhere deeper. But then I think you need to work on that so that you go, okay, some people are oblivious that they lack accountability, so I need to make them aware of it without being aggressive, without being whatever. Like,
it's not for me to make
no, but some people actually haven't, like, they've been enabled in the past, or they've not realized. Like, I remember I used to say stuff and I have no malice intention, but the way I said it was upsetting to someone.
Oh, I can imagine that.
Shut up.
I can imagine that.
But my point is, relax. My point is, my heart, like, even my mum said, Hebba, your heart is pure, but sometimes the delivery is not the best.
Yeah, your delivery is not,
Shut.
No,
I'm just... Honestly, guys, I'm so glad I'm married. I'm married. I'm secure. He's stuck with me for a minute. A minute or two. But
no, because some men don't like hearing certain things, and you come across like you don't have a problem with saying it.
I don't shy away from saying things, but it's not like I'm not trying to.
But no matter how you say it, some men don't want to hear that. They don't want to be approached.
Wait,
they
what
don't
have
wanna...
I said?
No, I'm just saying.
I feel like you got a list. Have you been sending yourself a list?
No. You're not timid. You're not timid. So if you feel a way, you're gonna express it.
But this is
and
me.
Men can take that defensively rather than saying, "You're helping me as a man to love you better and to grow."
Okay. Can I say, like, I do know how to be gentle. Like, it's genuinely, like, my husband is like, he's given the kind Hebba, the gentle, like, my king, how can I serve you today? Like, yes.
No, but I love that. You know what? I love that, when you see a woman and you see
you
see a side of her which is very masculine, comes across a certain way, but then for her person, she's completely the opposite.
Listen.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Not everyone should get that side of you.
No. And not just that, but not everyone allows that side of you to come out. So if you're not in an environment where you can be very feminine and you can be very whatever, then you're naturally reverting back to the side. So a lot of single mothers, for example.
Flower blossoms in sunlight, right?
Bars. So I shouldn't have given him the bar.
I shouldn't have.
He gasses
I just ruined my own bar.
It's fine.
Why did I?
It's fine. Anyway, a lot of single mothers are being told they're very masculine, like with their energy, and it's because they're having to hold down and be a lot, and they're exhausted and having to soldier through and be that strong person all the time. But in that same breath, that same woman,
man shivered.
In that same breath, that same woman wants to be absolutely feminine, wants to be absolutely soft, wants to be cuddled, wants to cater, wants to be submissive. But there isn't an environment to allow her to be that woman. And this narrative has been said so many times, but people don't pay attention to it, which is the strongest of women want to be weak. The strongest, when I say weak, not as in like, oh my God, I'm weak, but as in they want to be weak in the knees for a man. They want to be able to cater to you. They want to be able to have a softness to them that makes you feel even masculine in that energy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to stroke your ego. And it's just like, but when people see me and they're like, raw, like, you're a strong woman. I'm like, I had to, but my husband gets the total opposite of this. Like, he knows I'ma hold it down. Like, when we argue or we have a mishap, the tone comes through, and he's just like, yeah, he knows what time it is. But he can shut me down in a heartbeat, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, I'm not trying to confront my guy. Like, he's my husband. Do you know what I mean? So it's where I can maybe be for you one day if ever you try it with me. I'll never do that to my husband, because that's my king. So, like, I know where the respect level goes, and I know my limits and whatever. And I think every woman wants that, whether they're traditional women or not. There's something about dynamics of a man.
Did you
and a
feel
woman.
that instantly?
I know from beginning. I yearn for love. I yearn for that role. And
from him.
Yeah, his energy was different from the beginning. Like he's so. Do you know alpha men who don't like? An alpha man isn't someone who goes, I'm alpha. You're not alpha. Okay. Yeah, if you have to say you're alpha, you're not alpha. Okay. A real alpha steps into the room. He can be the quietest person in the room.
Presence
is everything. And I know you're going to call him the elephant, but my point is, there's just something about his energy where he just allows me to just be girly and to be motherly and nurturing, and I yearn for that. I always yearn for it, but I just didn't want to give it to the wrong person. So when I meet new people prior to him, there'll be something blocking me and preventing me from being that nurturer. There'll be elements like I'm always trying to feed you guys and make sure everyone's good.
But like even that, when we first met, our first ever one, the energy was different between us. now we've both, from both of us, we've both relaxed more and feel like, no, I feel safe around you. Like,
yeah, but I agree. And there's something about connecting, right? So it's same with Aladdin, but in my natural nature is to nurture.
Yeah.
So anywhere I go, like whenever I used to film my podcast, all my guests are being fed. Everyone's being looked
I don't
after.
feel special at all now.
No, you don't feel special. You're just getting I'm being consistent with my energy. But you are special. I flipping cooked you fish. Are you mad? My yard stinks of fish. Are you okay?
Yeah, I don't like, that's the one thing about, we'll digress. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, fish,
anyway,
fish smell.
To conclude,
that's love.
honestly, like this woman will move on and she will be happy again. I think right now she's just riding out the emotions and that's totally okay. But if you know this person does not serve you anything and will never help you and never enhance you as a woman, as a mother, as a partner, as a companion in life, then don't go back to this person. Just be firm and trust the process.
Yeah, you're out. I just find it, to me, I look at coming out of a toxic relationship like a computer game. Like you got to, I don't know, like there's 11 levels. You got to like the 10th level and then you got out. Why are you going to start all over again? Like allow it. Don't take yourself back to square one and start again. Nah, you know what? Bun this game.
I mean, just to give credit to the other party, the
man,
the idiot child that's misbehaved, whether it's a woman or a man in any dilemma, there is always room for change. So there is room for that person to grow. But I think that person now needs a blank canvas. To go back to the original canvas is messy. So I think even if that person does grow and become an excellent father, they might not be your person. It's accepting that that's okay. And maybe they'll love someone else. Have you ever heard a woman say, and I've said this as well, that I will make this man such an incredible man, and when we end things, he's going to move over to someone else and love them perfectly.
Oh, yeah, no, because I felt that's what's held me on to women. Because I feel like, no, I've helped build you up.
That's
and
it.
what, the next man is now going to get the best of you?
There's R&B tunes that say it. I'm sure there's some rap bars that say it.
No, that's not fair.
But it's true though. But that's part of your journey. Your purpose in that moment is to go through what you went through. Because everything, like, see who I am today and the way I can speak unapologetically, that's through growth. That's through having some hardships.
Yeah.
And growing and healing from it and establishing myself and understanding who I am as a woman. And I'm still learning myself. But there's something beautiful about every crappy situation that then enables you to be a better person. And sometimes, unfortunately, we do have to save that person, or we do have to teach that person for them to move on and be successful someone else.
Yeah.
But then you also reap the benefit of finding your person and get that blessing. So it's just like,
don't block your blessings.
Yeah, by going, oh, he should have been mine, now he's all my God.
Yeah.
He's not yours.
Yeah.
Be grateful he's not yours.
Find comfort in that.
Because there's no way you can ever you can't erase the memories and negative experiences you have with someone.
You got to think of it this way, everyone watching, me and Hebz wouldn't be here today, would have probably not connected if we both stayed in previous relationships.
100%. I'll just be seeing you in the gym going, who's this guy? Who's this guy?
But it's facts. You are the person you are now because of the journey you went on, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And it's led us to a beautiful place.
Talking about your previous, because it's my previous experiences that have allowed me to help other women. Like, I have life coaching. Like, someone sent me a beautiful message the other day when I didn't expect it, and it was just her saying how much I've impacted her, our conversations. And I'm just like, do you know what? This is beautiful to see, because then who would have thought just exchanging experiences and being in a different, a few steps ahead of you, it seems like you have a little preview to how life can be.
Yeah.
If you just stay focused on just working on you. Do you know what I mean? And I think the biggest L we can do as human beings is not willing to reflect and take accountability, because then you're preventing your own growth. And I think this is her moment right now for this lady, is that she needs to take time and just understand what she wants, who she is, what she stands for. And does this person really serve her? Not really. Why do I want him? Because I'm attached to him. What does that really mean? Nothing. Aladdin, how much time do you have? You don't even know. You're just on your phone.
I think that's nice. I think we're done.
Huh? We're an hour. Okay.
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
Where? You're not where you usually are. Why are you here?
That hour went quick. From when we actually...
No, probably 5 minutes in.
Boy, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Yeah.
We
POV.
Point of view.
Where can you find It's me first, isn't it? Yeah.
Where can they find you?
Well, there you go. You gotta set me up, Hebz. You gotta set me up. Raising Boys _to men on TikTok and Instagram, and they can find you
on I am Hebz with a Z on Instagram and Mama Hebz on TikTok and YouTube. Make sure you send me your dilemmas and keep them coming in. Interact with us. Subscribe. The works. We appreciate you. God bless.
Peace.
His and her point of view. In this world where we grew, there's his and her point of view, his and her point of view. In this world where we grew, there's his and her point of view.